Hello everyone, my name is Ishan Jolly. I'm a Twitch streamer and voice actor, and today we will be comparing two microphones that I think will be good for streaming. Well, I think one of them is good for streaming. The other one is overpriced. Today we will be comparing the Berhinger Ultravoice XM8500, and I will be comparing it to this microphone, the Shure MV7, which is, well, already back in the box, so doesn't seem that promising for that. But I will let you guys make up your own mind. I personally, hate is a strong word, but I really disliked the MV7. I personally thought it was very, very bad for the price, especially considering this microphone, it's £15. That microphone is £250. So that's what, 15 times the price? So, I will let you guys be the judge. I will start off with a commercial read, then go into a monologue from a Shakespeare play, and then finish off with a story audiobook narration. Interesting thing, curiosity. We can learn from it, we can die from it, and sometimes it can lead us to places we never imagined we could reach. Introducing the new BMW i8. Interesting thing, curiosity. We can learn from it, we can die from it. And sometimes it can lead us to places we never imagined we could reach. Introducing the new BMW i8. Once more onto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace there is nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard, favoured rage. Then lend the eye a terrible aspect, let pry through the portage of the head, like the brass cannon at the brow overwhelmed as fearfully as doth a gold rock. O'erhang and shut his confounded base, swilled with the wild and wasteful ocean. Now set the teeth and stretch the nostril wide, hold hard the breath and bend up every spirit to its full height. On, you noblest English, whose blood is fetched from fathers of war-proof. Fathers, that like so many Alexanders have in these parts from morn till even fought, and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonour not your mothers, now attest that those whom you call fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. And you, good human, whose limbs were made in England, show us here the metal of your passion. Let us swear that you're worth your breeding, which I doubt not, for there are none of you so mean and base that hath not noble lust in your eyes. I see you stand there like greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge, cry, God for Harry, England, and St. George! It was the year 1975, when Charlotte von Sledven, a 19-year-old student of a Swedish royal family, traveled to India to get a portrait made by a gifted artist. The artist was born into a poor Indian family of the lowest caste, also known as the Untouchables. Despite the incredibly difficult circumstances, the artist named Pradyumna Kumar Maharandya had gained an outstanding reputation for being a gifted painter. His reputation led Charlotte to travel all the way to India to get her portrait done. By the time the portrait was finished, the two had fallen in love. Pradyumna was fascinated with Charlotte's beauty. Never before had he seen a more beautiful woman from the Western world. He gave his best to capture all her beauty in the portrait, yet never fully succeeded. Nonetheless, the portrait was magnificent, and Charlotte fell for his simplicity and beautiful character. Because of him, she spontaneously decided to stay longer in India. A couple of days became weeks, and then even months. The two had fallen so deeply in love that they decided to get married according to traditional Indian rituals. Unfortunately, the time came when Charlotte had to leave again in order to complete her studies in London. Thousands of miles separated the two, but their feelings for each other never changed. They stayed in contact through letters, which they exchanged almost weekly. Naturally, the newlyweds struggled terribly with the great distance between them. Charlotte offered to buy her husband air tickets, which he refused. He had not only decided to complete his studies first, but he had also set his mind on reuniting with the love of his life on his own terms. He even made her the promise that he would do anything he could to see her again. After Pradyumna had finished his studies, he took all his possessions and sold them. Unfortunately, the money he earned didn't even come close to a flight ticket. All he could afford was a cheap and used bicycle. Many would have been greatly disappointed. Some would have even given up, but not Pradyumna. Instead of allowing the difficult circumstances to stop him from seeing his beloved wife again, he decided to use what he had in order to see her again. Nothing could stop him from reuniting with her, even if that meant an exhausting bicycle ride halfway across the world. His decision was the beginning of a bicycle journey from India to the Western world. Pradyumna took all his paintings and brushes along with him in order to financially support his endeavor. His voyage led him through 8 countries and took more than 4 months. But eventually he arrived at Charlotte's hometown in Sweden and finally saw her again. From then on, the two never left each other's side for too long. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment down below saying which mic you liked and thought was better. If you feel like asking me anything or if you have any questions, feel free to hop into my Twitch livestream. I stream almost daily at around 8 PM UK time, so come on, hang out there and ask me anything. Guys, thank you so much for watching, see you all later, and goodbye.